Today.
Yes, we are live.
We are live.
Mhm.
Good morning from my side, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your own time zone. For our viewers that will be joining us on this session, and for as many that will be taking their time to watch the replay at their convenience. Yeah, today we are back again. We are always showing up here. And we are
Yeah.
back again once this morning from my hand with another wonderful topic, that is very relatable and applicable to everyone. So if you're seeing us now, just don't touch the dial, get settled in fully, grab your pen and your notes, and make yourself comfortable. Pick your bottle of Coke, water, and maybe popcorn, anything that awesome. Anything that makes you feel comfortable, because we'll be dishing out nuggets that are of very high value today from the topic we have before us. So we are going to start first by introducing ourselves. I have with me three amazing business owners already, and some others may be joining in soon. So we are going to be starting with Mentor Beatrice, then to Edna. I can see Mr. Mike is at the background. So he too would introduce himself when he opens the curtain. Okay, so over to you, Mentor Beatrice.
Thank you. Thank you. I love questions that deal with our business. Huh? Because that's how we grow,
Yeah.
or that's how we show how we have grown, so we can help each other. And I'm excited to be here in the land of the living. My name is Beatrice Onkware, streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a mom of three and a proud digital business owner. Thank you so much for inviting me. You had so many other to invite, but you decided to include me. I'm grateful. So I give
Okay.
it back to you, our wonderful host. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sis, for that brief introduction. And now I go to Edna. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Edna. I'm a mompreneur. I'm a wife. We are swimming from Atlanta. I'm swimming from Atlanta this morning, Georgia. And I'm a digital business entrepreneur. And we come here every morning to create an awareness that it is not a scam. We are real people, and it's a real business that has changed our life. Holistically, we have improved, and it has given us flexibility financially and freedom, enough time to be with our family and to love the things we do. So, with that, I give it back to my host. Thank you for inviting me.
All right. Thank you for showing up for your business. That is so, so amazing. And now we go to Mr. Michael. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Michael. Currently stuck inside the shop, but I will try to speak a little louder so you can hear me. I'm currently streaming out of Illinois, and but my family and I we live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm a proud digital business owner, and I also do trucking for a living. I'm not currently driving at the moment, but I will be soon. I love coming here every morning so I can learn from my fellow panelists, and we all share ideas and we encourage our viewers. So if there's anything that you hear today that resonates with you, please try to follow up with us. We'll be quite happy to help. With that said, I want to thank my host for inviting me today, and I'm handing it back to you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Mike, for being on the session today. And thanks for introducing yourself. And now we go to the business of today. Like I said earlier, we have a very wonderful topic today. It's very, very relative to our topic because in everything we do here, consistency is very, very key. And that's what we are going to be talking about this morning, hopefully to strengthen ourselves more and to better encourage somebody out there. So, we know that many people don't actually fail because they lack the potential to succeed. They don't fail because they are not smart enough. They struggle because they stop too soon. And that is where consistency comes in. People start new projects, new business, something new. They start it so excited and they take action for a few days, maybe few months or few weeks. And when the results are not instant, they don't, maybe life gets busy and before you know it, motivation begins to drop and they slow down. And that's where consistency comes in. Like we always say here, we are building momentum, we are building a business, and we are putting in time and energy to build because we know that our success depends on consistency, and that is why we keep showing up every day. So the topic we are dealing with today is the power of consistency and why small daily action really matters. And we have some number of questions that we are going to be dealing with here this morning. And I think I'm going to be starting with Sis Edna. She would address the first question for us. So, Sis, share a time when you didn't feel motivated, but you still showed up anyways, and let us know what's happened thereafter.
Yes, I remember when I first started this business, there were days I didn't feel like posting, creating content. And that is very important for our business, showing up so that people know you, to trust you. Or sometimes not even thinking about the business at all, especially, at that time, the results were kind of slow. But I had to show up, make that decision anyways, because it's part of the condition. If you don't, it's like somebody who has a physical store. If you don't open your store, that is to say, you are not going to have sales for that day. So I had to start looking at it from that angle. At the day I don't show up for my business means my store is locked. So there's not going to be any sale for me. So, but with time, with consistency, I start to build momentum. That even now, wherever I am, it could be, if like today, this morning, I went for a workout with my spouse. I made content. So I now discover that anywhere I am, I can do my business. It doesn't have to be specially programmed or specially, planned for. So I have to motivate myself, and doing it consistency, we build momentum. One post turned into engagement. Engagement eventually turned into conversation. A conversation eventually will turn into opportunity. So more importantly, it built discipline in me, showing up regardless whether the motivation is not there or not. So I realized I didn't just need motivation. I have to self-motivate myself, since this is what I wanted to do. So I remained committed. Commitment is very important to this business we do, digital business. Remember, we are not dealing with people, see me, see you. It is online. So they want to see you. So you must show up. You must self-motivate yourself. Even posting a picture of yourself, just showing yourself in the house, you are doing one or two things. Even if you are walking, you are at the back or at your place of work, is something. So I self-motivate myself. And I'm glad I did, because now it's no longer an issue. Thank you. With that, I give it back to you.
Wow. Thank you, sis. Yeah, like I agree with the point that people need to see you before they can trust you. Mm-hmm. Trust is not built overnight. Yeah. And that is where consistency comes in. Because this our business, we show up on social media, not just for the fun of it, but, we are kind of vulnerable to make ourselves seen, to make ourselves known, because we are real people and we are doing real business. And that is where the confidence comes from. You know, many a times, a lot of people that start this business, including myself, when we step in here, we are never a social media person. You know, I was kind of laid back when it comes to social media. But when you have an opportunity that you know that it is legitimate, there is a level of confidence that comes in, and it takes away that timidity of showing up in the online space. And it's so good such that when you continue to do it, that consistency brings about confidence. Because I tell you, it's not easy to show up on camera. If you have, if I can remember my very first time, it's not always easy. But one thing that is so good in it is that when you show up consistently, it always builds confidence. And that confidence you have to consistently show up is what creates that trust for the audience. And like you said, one conversation leading to engagement, that engagement finally leading to opportunity. So many people that becomes business partners with us are people we don't know from anywhere, because they see us showing up consistently. We make ourselves open for conversation and engagement. They have questions. We tell them, do you want to do video call? I give people that opportunity. As a matter of fact, there was a day somebody, we were chatting, and he said he would call at a particular time. I was actually expecting that call. But lo and behold, when he called, I just see myself on camera already. And according to him, he said he did it on purpose so he can, have that level of trust. And, that we cannot take away from our business, because people want to trust you before they can do business with you. And you mentioned another thing that, you take a walk, you do your business there. And I want to use that to give somebody listening to us, to take away the fear of you have to abandon everything you're doing before you can do this business. It's not like that. This is a business that is flexible, and you can work it around your life. You can be in your kitchen cooking, doing your business. You can be taking a walk in the street, doing your business. You can be with your children, having good time with your children, and still have the opportunity to do your business. It is flexible, and don't overthink it. You can come into this business, work it around your life, and have the same level of success that we are having. So thank you so much, Sis Edna, for
Welcome, ma.
answering that question. And now I go to Mentor Beatrice. What small daily action have made the biggest difference in your digital business?
Before I answer this one, I want to complete a sentence you started, the one you said that consistency builds confidence. After it has built confidence, it builds everything else. Wanted to complete that sentence. So what we need to aim at is being confident. But, like you said, before you get confident, you have done this thing over and over, and now it's in you. You have become it. And once you have become it, you build everything else. It builds everything else. This confidence is that powerful. And of course, with that, it gives you freedom. It gives you your destiny. Confidence is where you need to head to. Okay, back to my question. What small daily actions that made the biggest difference? I think consistency is the answer to this one, bottom line. It's also talking about consistency, but the whole topic is talking about consistency. So what about consistency in this section? Showing up daily, on our business, be it 15 minutes, be it 30 minutes, just show up. Every little of those steps, be it one step for that day, that's all you did for the day and you gave it your best, that's it. That's the work for the day. Not necessarily hours, just being intentional, just being focused on what you're doing. Consistency is the key here. And of course, posting value. sharing lessons that you are learning. Like I see Edna, sharing, things in the park, things in the family as she's cooking, cutting her pineapples. I watch her things, telling your story, real story, not necessarily, in a perfect marriage, I mean, a perfect home or perfect work. No, just being real, talking about your struggles. That builds connections. And of course, engaging with your people, online, by replying, to their messages, even you yourself starting conversations. You can ask a question, and, people reply to you, start a conversation. Building relationship, not just followers. That is what we need in this business. So a real example could be, my ad that I put out, and it was as real, as raw as that I could be. Actually, someone called me and told me it's like I was talking to her, because exactly what I was saying is what she was going through, And people start, replying to you. People start opening up to you, when you do that. And trust has to be built when that happens. And people don't connect to perfection. Remember that, because they're not robots. The life has to happen, and people react to how real you are. They connect to that realness. Your story is your strategy. Remember, stories sell. And I can even quote the Bible from Luke 16 that says, whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. So of course, don't dismiss the humble beginnings. Those small daily actions, they are preparing you for bigger results. And so bottom line, I know the topic is about consistency. So we need consistency, and we need intentional daily actions. That's what is going to move the needle. Thank you so much for your time. I give it back to you.
Okay. Thank you for answering that question. And in this business, like we always say, and is applicable to every life experience, whatever thing you commit to, and you don't make yourself available to give time to it, grow it, nurture it, is a question of time. That thing can die. And nobody wants anything good to die in their hand. That is why consistency is very key. Taking for example again, somebody having a baby, it takes continuous work for you to, nurture a baby from birth to growth. A lot of work are involved. A lot of us here are mothers, and that is equally applicable in business. When we start this business, number one, coming in here not knowing anything, but coming with a very open mind to be coachable, to learn, and that is what keeps us going. And like we always say, and I'm just talking to somebody out there now, that you see us doing these things. No, none of us let me use myself as an example. Have online business experience before, but because of what we have in this platform, whereby you have the opportunity to learn from the scratch, our training are so user friendly, and they take you from the very scratch, how you set up yourself, how you do things, how you set up everything, still having a coach and a mentor to guide you even in your growing stage. And bringing it back to consistency, we've been doing this over, and that is why we have the confidence to always come out. So if you're out there, don't overthink it. You can do what we are doing here. You can choose to create a better future for yourself. You have the power to say, no, I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Tired of not having that quality time to be with those that I love. tired of making your workplace your second house. That happens a lot in diaspora, that people work and they have mortgage. Even the mortgage they are paying for, they barely spend hours in it in a day just because they work multiple jobs. And that's why we keep talking about this opportunity, so you can use it to create a better life and work-life balance. So I would go to Mr. Michael for the third question. Sir, why do you think many people struggle with consistency even when they truly want results and possibly a better life, yet they struggle with being consistent?
It's muted.
Oh, okay, you're muted. You're still muted. Okay, is it connection issue?
Remove your earpiece and connect to the phone.
Okay, maybe we should give this opportunity to Juliet. Mentor Juliet, please, before Mr. Mike will fix his audio, introduce yourself so you can answer the third question, and Mr. Mike will answer the next one.
Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for inviting me to this program this morning. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, our people, wherever you guys are. My name is Juliet. I'm originally from Nigeria. I'm married. I have my family here in Atlanta, Georgia, streaming live from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a caregiver also. I have this wonderful, amazing business, which is everything to me. I'm a business owner and a mompreneur in this business, and I'm also happy to be here. So, Mentor Foluke, give me the question. Which question do you want me to answer?
Okay, why do you think many people struggle with consistency, even when they truly want the results?
That's a great question. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, many people struggle with consistency because some want quick results. They don't just want to pass through the process. They just want everything, like they want this shiny object. That's what people want. Because they don't want to stay long. They just want, as I put something here, let it just, like, seriously, if you open your traditional store, let's just say your normal store, you have to build customer before you start making money. You first of all lose a lot before you start gaining. But people don't want that. Now, they just, you tell them about this online business, say, how much am I going to be making? Am I supposed to do this? Am I supposed to do that? Yes, you're supposed to have people. You are supposed to bring people, because in your traditional store too, you need people to come there to buy something so you can make gain. So consistency is the answer. If you have a traditional store now and you close it the time that people are coming in the morning, then you come in the evening around 7 p.m. to come and open that store, what's going to happen? You're not going to get any customers because you come late, you did not come on time. Then tomorrow, maybe you come 10 p.m. That's not consistency. If you want to open your store very early in the morning, some people open their store 6 a.m. Some open their store 4:30 a.m. because they know that time some people are going to work, some want to branch and get something. Like if you go to McDonald's and all those other stores, they open early because they want to make money and they know that people come there that time. But if McDonald's close the store and wait till 6 p.m. and open his store, he's not going to get customer because other people will go to other stores and buy things. So they have to be consistent. And what they are using in their product is consistent and they don't miss it. If you eat McDonald's here, you eat it in the other country, it's the same thing. It's not going to be different because they are consistent in whatsoever they are using. So many people want fast results. They don't want anything that will slow them down. They don't want anything that will motivate them. Their own is just let me get that result. And overthinking too is not good. When you overthink, then you will not be inconsistent in whatsoever you are doing. You'll be feeling that, okay, this thing I'm doing, is it right or wrong? It depends on you. There are two, you just have to be consistent in anything you are doing in life. If you are not consistent, I don't know how you are going to get what you want to get. Let's be honest. Let's just look at it like this. Like, when you show up in your business, you get a lot of lead. When people are seeing you, when you are visual, people will come. People will ask you questions. People will be sending you message. But if you are not showing up, you are hiding. The time you are supposed to come, you don't come. You stay in, maybe you sleep. You don't do your business the right time. So how are you going to get it? Consistent is about feeling ready. And not even if you are not still ready, you can still come out there and show yourself. Let them see you that you are available. So you have to show yourself. You have to trust the process. You don't need to be quiet. You need to focus. You need to learn. You don't even need to be perfect, because if you are waiting for perfection, you are not going to get nothing. In this world, everything is you have to show up. In this business, everything is you have to show up. Anyway, whether good or bad, you need to show up. If you don't show up, there's no answer, and there's no business. There's no, I don't know how I'm going to just put it. There's nothing for you. So everything in this business is consistency. Come out, do what you need to do at the right time and at the right session, and let the universe take control of the rest. So I give it back to you. Thank you.
Wow. I love the way you are just dishing it out, and I like the way you handed it. Do your parts and let the universe, whatever you trust in, maybe God, maybe Allah, or whatever, do the rest. Because it's the work that you do that God Almighty will put increase upon. But what you shy away from, that you don't want to show up from, where is the increase or blessing coming from? I would just want to buttress a little on few things that you've mentioned. People don't want to show up because, they don't want to be consistent because they want quick money, all those fast money. And I can remember back then when I was in Nigeria, how much I lost to all this Ponzi scheme, all this MLM, we call it.
MLM.
All those things that would just come out. Oh, people are making money here. Before you know it, everybody rush there, gra. Some people would escape it, the first set of people, but the greedy one, the long throat one, will want to do more and more and more. And that's where they get stuck and lost a whole lot of money. And it happens that people don't want to be involved in building. They just want to put money somewhere and quickly cash. They call it cash out. They want to cash out. In this business, we don't cash out. We stay here to build something sustainable for long term.
Yeah.
So if you are out there looking for maybe all those shiny objects, like Juliet put it, it's not here. But if you truly want to build a business, that is sustainable, that you can hand over to your children, like we have the legacy pathway in this business, and it's so amazing how you will grow your business to a point, and it will get to a time where you will get paid on monthly basis. The pension we have in this business is way more reasonable than pensions in most big government jobs. What pension is even there? You work till 65. You cannot even be bold of getting 1,005 in a month as pension. Depending on the kind of lifestyle that you started with when you were working, when you retire eventually, you cannot even continue to build on those lifestyle just because your pension is not reasonable. Having even put years of work into service, and when you retire is as good as retiring into nothing. So if you are looking for a business, we have seen one that makes sense and is reasonable. And that's why we keep showing up, because we know we are not just building a business, we are building our future. We are building what we can hand on to our children. And it doesn't make sense to continue to lose money into Ponzi just because people don't want to stay consistent. They don't want to be committed to building. But if you are ready to build, we are here to guide you, to hold your hand, and to support you into building a meaningful business. So now we'll go to Mr. Mike. Hope your audio is perfect now, sir.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
perfectly well.
Okay, I had to get out and come back in. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. So, how has staying consistent impacted your confidence and growth over time?
Oh, wow. That's a very beautiful question, and I'm glad to be the one to answer it because it was also part of my own shortfalls. Now, I really suffered initially with what we all know as shining object syndrome. And each time I tried to develop some momentum in what I was doing, something else always seemed to kind of like drop on my lap, probably through online, or it could be someone just calling me to tell me about something that they did and how successful it was. And I just kept on jumping from one place to another. Sometimes I'll have like about three, four, five things that I'm planning on doing. And I'll start off this one and then I'll leave it halfway. I'll go, start off another one. And I just realized I was not being consistent in what we're doing. And I'm so glad that I had someone like Coach in my life. We talked and I can remember the advices that he gave me. And it took a while, but I had to realize no matter how much I thought that those things were good, just be consistent. Even if it's not in this business, whatever one that I wanted to do, just stay consistent. So I remember the day I called him and I said to him, hey, I'm getting out of all these things. And I'm just going to pay attention to this particular thing that I'm doing. And this is where I am today. So um, I'm not going to be quick to judge people that are not doing or being consistent in decision making in what they're doing because, as I said, I was a victim of it myself. But through what we do here with the Go Life, you know, you sharpen your brain. This is every single day, 6 days in a week, that you get to hear from other people that are looking for what you're looking for, that are also in the same journey that you are doing. So you see that you start building some kind of momentum in your personal growth and development, and eventually you now start creating awareness that without consistency in what I'm doing, even if it's just 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a day, it will start to grow and to grow and to grow, and then eventually you will not even be motivated to do it because it's now become a part of you. So that is my personal journey myself. So I'm glad to be the one to be answering this question because I'm just trying to share with you. I'm just trying to be transparent. Because that's another thing that we do here. We're not here to sugarcoat anything. And I'm certainly not ashamed to share my losses in the past and how I found a turnaround. Because right now, I am just blessed that I found this. And I'm not expecting because I'm not looking at this as a get rich quick business. I'm looking at this thing, with a 12 months goal, 5 years goal, 10 years goal, knowing that the company that we are affiliated with, they just celebrated 52 years of being in business. So with that, I know that I'm in good hands. And if I've seen other people that have been in this business, some less than 5 years, and they have made seven figures in their organization, in their business. So I just know that I can do the same thing. Now, our journeys are not going to be the same, but I know that I'm going to achieve my goal. All I need to do now is to remain consistent in my plans, in my growth, and just share my ideas with other people of similar people that have the same mindset as me. And as a very soon I will find what I'm looking for. So I thank you for asking that question. I had to be really honest and transparent with this question so I'll be able to share with the viewers. Look, you don't have nothing to be ashamed of. And I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get it right like immediately. It's a process. It's going to take you a while, but if you maintain consistency, you will get there. And with that said, I'll hand it back to you, my wonderful host. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much for being open, for being vulnerable, and for sharing your story, right? You know, like you rightly said, we all have those bad past experiences, but a lot of people don't have that courage to come out and share. And, you know, by sharing, we are helping somebody out there. That's the truth. You know, somebody was discussing with me a few days ago, a lead, yeah. He was trying to let me say so many things to give him the conviction, saying he has put money in so many places. He said the very last one he lost was 250 or something dollar, like that. You know, and I was able to let him know that no matter what I tell you, we still have process to this thing. Because those ones that will not want to watch the information session and they are so fearful to pay the 149, and is in doing all those that you have access to the entire business model and understand how things work here, right? So when we come out here to say we've seen something, we know what we've seen. But for you to go through that process, we are, you know, the process is even testing your patience, and to even know that whether you can follow simple instruction, whether when you get into the business, you can follow how things is being done for you to get the desired results. But if you come here, you want to rush things the way you rush it, where you go and lose that $250, it won't work. You have to follow the process. Watch the information session. The 149, go ahead and pay it. It is refundable within 30 days, a whole month, which gives you the opportunity to dust everything you've seen from front to back. Go ahead and do your independent verification. Mr. Mike said something. He said the company we partner with, they've been in existence for more than 5 decades, and they are still here, consistency. And that is why we have the boldness to always talk about it, because we know what we've discovered, right? So watch connect with anybody on this session, right? Whoever page you're saying this. We are here to answer your question. We are here to guide you to take the next step, starting from you know, watching the information session before you go to see our pre-coaching videos. And from there, you can take an informed decision. Thank you, Mr. Mike, for answering that. And I think this very last question is very good for our coach in the house. So he can share his thoughts and be able to talk to our people. So, sir, for someone who keeps starting and stopping, what simple strategy would you recommend to help them stay consistent? Over to you, sir.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you for that wonderful question. That is a good question. And I will start by saying a couple of things here. You know, if you start and stop, you know, that means a couple of things here. Number one, in anything you do, you need a motive why you're going to do it. Sometimes we call that a why. Without a motive, you will not have the motivation. The motivation, self-motivation, it starts right there. Second thing, you have to discover the thing that stops people in anything you do. It's only 4 things that literally will stop you. Either you start, even before you start, some people will stop right there. Some people will stop in the middle, but it's only 4 things that I have know for sure. The number one is this thing called fear. Fear. You know, it's the fear that people have, and without understanding, fear is so powerful. And until you can change your fears to become your faith, then what is going to happen is that you're going to stop. And it is literally You have to have an ability to see the end before it actually shows up. For me, I've come to know the reality is that what is invisible is what is real, not what I see is really passing off. It's already passing. It's in the past tense. So you having that ability to see the end now and then come to the beginning, that will help you a lot so that you can hold on because of that end. You can hold on and go through the process. The next thing I would say that stops a lot of people when you lack knowledge and skills, because in everything, there's always some knowledge you need and there's some skills that you have to acquire along the way. So if you don't acquire the knowledge and the skills, that will also stop you on your tracks. And so I've known, I've always say, when you lack knowledge, even the Bible say it's lack of knowledge that makes people get destroyed. So it's just to understand simply, lack of knowledge will cause you to be in a place where I call worry and doubt. And the worry and doubt, when you're expressed in the feeling, is what shows up like fear. And when fear steps in, is what now stops you from expression. So when you're not expressing, you are depressing. So even the energy that you're given every day to express, it gets stuck within your body. Anytime you get stuck, energy gets in there, what happens, it becomes disease because it puts you out of ease. With a disease, you can see how that it's called the law of atrophy. That's how you can destroy yourself just from lack of knowledge. So I'll just leave it at there. Let me go to number 3. Number 3 thing that stops people is limiting beliefs. Most of us, even when we start, we still don't believe. And I'm telling you, it takes belief. And to me, belief, I've come to know, is just 2 words. Be. Are you being? What are you being? You're not a human doing. You're a human being. Out of your being are all your actions. So if you don't literally work on your mind to really get to a point where you understand literally your being, your inside is what is expressing itself to the outside. There's a law that is called the law of correspondence. Sometimes in the Bible says, as it is below, so it is above. You have to understand, as it is within you, so it is outside. So when you don't have the belief, you'll find that you're going to struggle a lot because you need a condition to change for you to believe or for you to be in a state of, you feel that you already have that thing. And the truth of the matter is, you need to be in a state of power, not a state of primal. When you go looking at the circumstance, so you're judging it according to appearance, it will put you in what we call primal state. Primal state is a place where you lack power. And the powerful state, you only get there by understanding. You tap into your inner world and you see what you want. You guys were talking about confidence. Is really once you tap inside and then put action based on what you've already tapped inside. That's what builds that, because with action, that confidence just grows and everything else will follow from there. The last one I'll say that really holds people back, and I found this is one of the most powerful things that stops people, is the self-image, the image you hold of yourself. Literally, it's I think Ford who said, if you think you can, and if you think you can't, both of you are right. You have to get to be a person who can be the can person. You literally just have that to know that I can do. I like even how the Bible, Paul was put this way, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Sometimes they say these things as they sound good to quote them. Being about it sometimes is the most tough thing for a lot of people, because they don't understand you can never outperform the image you hold of yourself. If you think you're not good enough, surely your results will show up as not good enough. If you think you lack in something, and the bad thing is that most of us by the age of 5, you're thinking there's something that you're lacking, there's something that you don't have that will cause you not to have the results. You're thinking somebody is better than you whatever it is that you start to think, it starts right when we're about from the age of 2 to 3 to 5, around there. We've established a lot of our self-image that will affect us in our adulthood. So it is important for me to understand, for my self-image to improve, there is work, and that work has to start. It works on you before it can work on your results. Most people work outside, and literally they don't work on understanding the very thing that can really change. So I'll give you 3 things on this self image that literally I believe holds a lot of people, and they don't understand why they can hold that low self image. First, I'll say, who do you listen to? Who do you listen to? That starts from internally. There's one voice that is coming from your left side of your brain, left hemisphere, like a judge that will tell you how you're not good enough. It tell you it knows you. Anytime you try to go out of the norm, which is the familiar, it will try to pull you back and convince you you belong to the familiar, and yet what you want is in the unfamiliar. So you have to understand from internally, who do you listen to? Secondly, from the point of the world, whose voice, who are you following? I always tell people it's easy just to understand. If somebody doesn't have the results that you're looking for, I always say I follow people that I want to trade places with. If they have the results, I know they know something about what they're talking about. If they don't have results, I know that they're still in the process. So I want to make sure if we can trade places, then you can tell me the advice. You can give me the advice in that whatever field it is. Second thing, you have to understand there's an index that has been proven, tested and proven that this index works for you to get results. The index is called, the formula is called TI is equals to WL times WC. TI is a teachability index. The 2 variables for the teachability index is your willingness to learn times your willingness to change. Your willingness to learn literally means what are you willing to give up for you to get the results? What are you really willing to give up? And one of the things that people don't understand, literally, if you're not willing to give up the version that you are right now for you to become the version you need, then that version is only in the books that you read, in the videos that you watch, in what you're exposed to. Because transformation, going from one form to the next one, it all takes about renewing your mind. So if you're not willing to leave your comfort zone of where you are now to become this person that is going to be uncomfortable, and yet he's going to be the one who's going to get the results, then the variable, you're going to be very low on willingness to learn. And if you're at 0, you see, it is times, even if you have a 10 in changing, your index will be at 0. Teachability index will be at 0. The other variable is the willingness to change. Most people don't like change because they perceive pain in change. That's why most people resist change so much. They try to run away from anything that is going to pull them from change. And yet, change is the only thing that is guaranteed to go. The thing that stays the same, I can only tell you the only thing that stays the same, first of all, I call it comfort zone. And the other one, I call it close to comfort zone. The other word, comfort zone, is coffin zone. Because it's only in the coffin that you stay constantly the same, decaying. You stay in that decaying state. So until you're willing to change, you're going to be caught up in your coffin zone. Let me use that way. You're going to be caught up with the coffin zone. Even though it's stinking, you'll be in love with that stench because of comfort zone. And a lot of people are caught up there. That's where they might be willing to learn, but willing to change, to apply it? No. They don't want to apply what they're learning. And yet it's in the application. We are told faith without action is dead on arrival. So you have to understand that. The last thing I'll say that really affects people is to understand in this, it's called training balance scale. Training balance scale. In this training balance scale, it has two variables on that. It's like a scale. You know the scale? I don't know if you came from Africa. Most of us, we came from Africa. When we used to go to buy sugar, they used to have a block. You say you want 1 kilo. They put a kilo on one side, and then they put sugar and they start measuring sugar until that balance scale it's balanced. You say, okay, that's 1 kilo. They give you your sugar. So this balance scale almost works the same way. On one side of this scale is what you call work and skills. This is one side of this you get that on that scale. And on the other side of that scale is what you call things that you can see. It's the inside, how you feel inside, attitude. And, the things that you can see there inside of you. And most people, where they go wrong or where they think that this scale is supposed to be 50-50. How you feel inside and how you act, all this should be like 50-50. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. 95% of what the results you get is determined with what is inside. You can do all the work you want to do. But if you never work from this inside to change how you feel inside, all the results are really reflecting what is happening inside of you. So the whole journey is a psychological journey. That's why I always say, once you start enjoying the becoming, working on you to become this person that is already successful. Success is consciousness. Once you have that consciousness, it will order the steps that actually you see as the result. You'll have favor beyond what you can imagine, because all it is, when you look at this business, truly, one person will change your business. Just one person. And as you become this person, you'll attract according to who you become, not necessarily who you want. So with that, I'll just pass it back to you. I can go on and on, but at least I've given you, I've painted a picture that of these 4 things that really just hold a lot of people, which I say, if you understood how everything works, truly, everything has already happened. It's waiting for you to be in alignment with the thing that has already happened. And once you really understand that everything has already happened, the Bible is not lying to you when it says everything is finished. There's nothing new under the sun. It's all a matter of alignment. And alignment, why I say you start from the inside, is once that imagined state, it's like I'm saying, you go to your theater of your mind and you see yourself with the very thing that you say you want. Until when you come back to the physical, when you come out of that meditation, the thing that you thought you wanted, how important you thought it was, you already experienced it. It's like there's no importance anymore. But you already know, you're already experiencing it right now from your theater of your mind. Because the truth is, the beginning of everything is just that alignment. Whatever you're aligned with, it will show up. So with that, I truly give it back to you, our wonderful, able host.
Thank you for going so in depth. That was so deep. I love the way you dish it out, and I will not want to just mess up with it. As a matter of fact, I'm taking notes here because those are words of wisdom. And you highlighted some things that are very, very crucial, in things that stop people, which you said fear, knowledge, and skill of what to do. If knowledge is truly lacking, somebody will easily give up. Yeah, I agree with you, sir. And if somebody is so fearful, fear of even attempting that thing, fear of you saying, I can't do it, even when you've not attempted it, fear of you saying, you people show up too much, I don't think I can do this. Those are little things that are keeping people back, limiting belief too. You not believing in your own ability. There's nothing that kept somebody, at the backstage than that, when you cannot even trust your own capability, but coming out of those would always help us to achieve a better result in life. Thank you so much, sir, for answering that question so perfectly well. Our time has been fast spent. Joyce is saying something here that consistency is the father of success. Yes. Before somebody can come out boldly and say, today I am successful, ask that person the journey he has passed through, the sacrifices he has made, the night of burning the candles just to attain that level of success. Thank you for your contribution. And the repetition is the mother of skill. Yeah, because something you keep repeating consistently, you become an expert in it. So I'm going to give Beatrice another opportunity so she can talk to our viewers while we are here, enlighten, educate them, so they can join us in what we're doing here. Over to you. Sis.
Thank you so much. Our viewers, you have heard, even us showing up here every day is part of our consistency, because we want to stay, we want to preach the water and drink the water, not drink water and drink wine in the in the backstage. So that's why we show up daily. Even when we are sleepy, we are coming, because we want to show up for our business and for you guys too. We are bringing value to you, and daily we want you to get value, from us. And hopefully you're getting closer and closer into joining us, because as we have our business, this business that we've already done the homework for you, and that part of, is it working, is not working, that part is done for you, that homework is done for you. So come in, we have our websites here. Whoever who resonates with you, log in and put in your name and your email. Of course, don't forget to check off the box, and that will take you to, you click learn more, that will take you to a free webinar, a free testimonial that you can look at. And if you scroll down, it will give you more information. So that will be your first step. I'm going to leave that ball on your court, because that ball, you're the only one that can play it. We cannot play it for you. We can only take you to the river. We cannot force you to drink this water. So as our Mama Ego tells us, that you come and taste this pudding, because as you taste it, you will realize if it's good for you or not for you, and you move on. But we are here. We will lead you into everything that other business owners have problems with. As we are here, we will lead you and bring you to where we are as you join us. So with that being said, I give it back to you, our wonderful host.
Okay, thank you so much for that warm invitation. And I hope somebody is making up his or her mind today and throw that procrastination into the bin and say, this is my day that I'm going to take my first bold step. And we're going to be wrapping it up here today, and they will be showing up on your screen again. Is it tomorrow or Sunday?
Sunday.
So we'll be back again. So we are rounding up today's session. So just a word for thought for somebody that you don't need to do everything, everything. So many things in the online space. This one. Don't be master. There's this saying that says, jack of all trade, master of none, right? So don't do this. Look for one thing, and before you go into it, do your extended due diligence and be sure that what you're committing to, it's something that worth it and of reasonable value in the long term. So I'm leaving somebody with that, and we'll be going today, and we'll be back another time from the studio here. We are saying
bye.
Bye.
Coco.